What is going on, New York Giant fans? Welcome back to another video here on the Big Blue in the Bronx YouTube channel. Hope you guys are doing well. Hit the like button, comment, and subscribe. Turn on post notifications so you know when the live stream pop through drops. Appreciate coming back. Share this out. Do all of the good stuff. We're doing a mock draft today on NFL Mock Draft Database Simulator. Also, be sure to use the SeatGeek promo code Big Blue in the Bronx. Get you $20 off your online order on SeatGeek. So again, we are doing a mock draft. I think we're going to hit one each month. We don't want to really sour out the content with mock drafts every week. But we're going to try to hit one each month. One for the ideal offseason, definitely, and one before the draft after this. So the Giants, that's what we'll be doing. And check out some of our other offseason content. So we move into the draft, and I will say this. Anyone we don't get, we'll just say we attack that position in free agency. I know it's like working with the NBA where free agency is after the draft, but for this time we'll just make it as an exception. So let's pick. Oh, okay. I don't know how realistic that is. I'm actually going to restart this because it wasn't realistic. I mean, yeah, sure, Shedeur could go first overall, but Williams going over Abdul Carter and Mason Graham, I don't know about that. So we're going to restart this thing. I'm going to go with fast, and we're going to enter the draft room. Hopefully, the first few times where it was accurate, we do that again. Because it had Ward, and then it had Abdul Carter. So let's see. Ward, Williams. I'm going to make the same decision here. So we're just going to roll with it. No from the Eagles, no from the Colts, no from the Eagles again, and no from the Raiders. I'm going to reject all these. And I'm sorry, the Giants got their blue chip last year in Malik Neighbors, and sorry for all these ads. Can't really control that. But we're going to go ahead and get Shedeur Sanders, and he will be the next Giants franchise quarterback. So we'll move along here, go to the second round, pick 34. No team wants to trade with us. I find that very interesting. So we have a number of picks that we could go here, a number of guys that we could go here. Walter Nolan is supposed to be a beast. They meaning the pundits, and I'll take it with a grain of salt very much because there's not many people like this guy. There's not many of these guys, and as a matter of fact, there's no second of this guy. They compare Walter Nolan to Aaron Donald a little bit. And he was one of the more productive players in the Ole Miss defense. You had him, Princely Uman Milan, you had Jared Ivey, you had Trey Amos. So I'm kind of leaning Walter Nolan here. You pair him next to Dexter Lawrence, and it's a nice bread inside. Now you also could go Jahdae Barron. You do need the corner spot, so maybe you could go to 65 and snatch a corner. Josh Connerly Jr. would be a good value pick here. He played mostly left tackle over at Oregon, but he could probably play the right side too. I'm going to go ahead and say, Walter Nolan, you're a New York Football Giant. So we're going to move on in the draft and go to pick number 65. Okay, no one is trading with us. That's interesting. Sucks that Uman Milan was picked right before us, and of course he went to the Eagles. But we have a number of guys still on the board. Deion Walker, we already picked Walter Nolan. Isaiah Bond is still there. Marcus Bowe, he is a guard. We got to interview him too. He can play tackle as well. Travion Henderson is still there. You got TJ Sanders. So it's either, in my opinion, running back or wide receiver here. To be honest, I'd rather assess wide receiver in free agency. So I'm kind of leaning that running back position here. I would like to assess O-line at some point. But I'm going to go with Travion Henderson. We're going to go offense, defense, and then offense again. So we got an A-plus draft going. It really should be A-plus for Shedeur Sanders. But anyway, I don't make the rules. 104 overall. 104 overall. This one's not terrible. Do I really want to move back those spots? I could. That's a trade I consider. I'm going to reject the Cardinals trade. That one's stupid. I'm going to reject the Cowboys trade. Reject this trade. Damn. Let's look at our options before we call the Bills. Birch, D-line, Howard. At some point, I might want to snatch another quarterback just for the developmental aspect, get Tommy DeVito off the roster. Jack Betch, he is a guy that's a great possession receiver. He's got a great story behind. Well, it's not even a great story. It's not a great story. It's just a remarkable story in terms of him and his faith. Obviously, he went to Texas Christian University, but he also lost his brother in the New Orleans terrorist attack. So he attributes all to his faith, his brother, Jesus Christ. So Jack Betch, it's making me think here. Now, we do have 104, which is our pick now. It doesn't get too much stronger here at the corner position, which is where we could use the Bills trade. Slide back a few spots, take a risk. And we're going to do that. Please don't take Betch. Okay, Betch is on the board. That's great. We're going to reject this trade. We're not going to do any more trades. We're going to take Jack Betch, wide receiver TCU. And then hopefully we'll have some sort of a corner option when we get here. Okay. No, we're not doing this. And no, we are not doing this. Okay, so we got Dorian Strong, Lathan Ransom, David Walker as a backup edge. Quincy Riley had a nice Senior Bowl. I really want to pick Savion Jones here, but we have two edges. Oladejo was really good. I think he could be a really good edge in the NFL. Devin Neal. Oh, we got two picks in a row. So we can... Well, the problem is we already picked the running back. We already picked the running back in Travion Henderson. So you pair him with Tyron Tracy, I guess. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pick... Do I think Dorian Strong or do I think Quincy Riley? I'm going to go with Dorian Strong. Should I go Dorian Strong? Should I go Quincy Riley? I wish they gave scouting reports for these guys. Let me go... Screw it. We're going to be different. We're going to pick Quincy Riley here. Not taking any other trade offers. We could double up on... Actually, we can't double up on quarter because he was just taken by Detroit. So, we could take Smile Munden. We could take Savion Jones. We could take Oladejo. Could also start looking into O-line. We're 134 here. Miles Frazier is a pretty good guy. He had a great Senior Bowl. And we got 4 picks after this. So what I'm going to do here is I think I'm going to lean... I don't know why they have Vincent over Frazier. That's just me. We do need a linebacker. Maybe we'll say that's in free agency. But I just feel like the Giants don't know how to use their linebackers. Like McFadden knows how to be used. I can't really say the same. You know, Okereke didn't have a great year, and Isaiah Simmons is a free agent. He ain't coming back. Okay. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to pull up the Smile Munden scouting report. Smile Munden, that's how you say his name. The Smile Munden scouting report. So that's... what day was this published? Not great on the day. 2025 scouting report, Bleacher Report. Okay. So negatives, subpar as a run defender, will fall for eye candy and take too long to diagnose. Not strong enough to construct running lanes against offensive linemen, needs to add size and strength. Injury history, doesn't go as effective, doesn't have an effective pass rush move when blitzing. Solid size, good speed. So he's a coverage linebacker. That's what he is. He's a coverage linebacker. Interesting here. And then we have my other option, which would be Miles Frazier. I'm gonna go in. I'm sorry, I gotta go interior O-line here. I gotta go get Miles Frazier. They created it as a B+. I don't really care. You get a B+ here. And then 155. Do we want to move back 2 picks for a 6th? I'm just not gonna take any more trades. Mundone is still here, but there's 2 other guys still here that I would really much consider. You got Savion Jones, who's got some freaking long arms, man. He's got some real long arms. And you have Johnny Cornelius. He's another guy I would consider. So you have the choice of 3 here, and then you have 221 and 248. Damn. So what we could try to say is, let's try to make the argument for all three of these guys. Cornelius, I think, can play a little guard if asked. He can play a little guard. He's probably going to start out as a swing tackle. He could, with good development, switch out for Illuminor next year. Mondone, we already made some of the case for as a coverage linebacker. And you have Savion Jones, right? Big, strong, lanky with the arms, edge rusher. He could play inside as well if needed in a pinch. The Giants may not retain Kayvon Thibodeau. That's why you would end up picking Savion Jones. Now, let's look at the edge room. Not a lot of great names. I don't know why Sorrell's at 248. That's a garbage. You know what? No, we're going to save edge. Sorry. I mean, Sorrell is better than what mock draft has him here. So that's out of the question. For offensive line, you have Jack Nelson. You have Chase Lunt after this. You have Truss. J.C. Davis I really don't like. Okay, so O-line and then linebacker here. I really like Jack Kaiser. I don't think he's going to fall to 121, though. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and say that we're going to go ahead and pick a Johnny Cornelius. A-plus pick there. So now we move to 221. 221 it is. Riley Leonard's off the board. I wanted to get a quarterback. I mean, we still could, but, you know, it is what it is. Priority free agents exist. Okay, we're not taking any more trades. All right, Ty Hamilton, not bad. Kyron Lacey, not bad either at this point in the draft. You have Cody Lindenberg, who needs to get better in some areas, but is a solid piece on a defense, a leader at that. So he might be worth the pick here. Baron Sorrell, obviously. We talked about Jalen McLeod. He might be worth a pick at some point because he could play edge and linebacker. He's transitioning to the inside linebacker spot. Ty Hamilton, Jaquavius Marks. Again, we already picked our running back. I don't know. I think I'm going to shoot Cody Lindenberg here. I'm going to shoot for Cody Lindenberg because we do need a linebacker. He was a leader on that Minnesota defense, and he's also probably prone to be a special teamer. And I know we did that with Muasau, but Cody Lindenberg is probably a better player by many margins. Okay, 248 edge is Baron Sorrell there. Oh, it looks like we missed on Baron Sorrell. Colin Oliver's there. Ingram Dawkins is there. Okay, R.J. Oben is there. Okay, so it's really our pick of the litter here who we want to take. Raywan Lane, Mac McWilliams. I'm kind of leaning Oben here. Is there anyone that I would know? Mertz, Show, Hennigan. Show is probably the developmental guy you want. I'm going to look at Oben's production here and let you guys know. Other guy we got to interview. This year, so he's been in the college spectrum for a while. He was at Duke since 2019. And he had 1 sack this year with Notre Dame. That screams to me developmental. And at this point, that's what you're going to get with these guys. We already took our interior O-lineman, our offensive tackle. Tim Smith is here, to add D-line help. Raywan Lane, just in case you need some safety help. So for me, it's between Tim Smith, who really didn't have that much production either with Alabama. It was a late add to the Senior Bowl. 6.5 sacks in a total of 5 years. So these guys have been in college for a while versus R.J. Oben. You know what? We have Elijah Chapman already. You got to use some of those D linemen. I'm going to go ahead and pick R.J. Oben here. R.J. Oben's going to be my final pick. So our draft results. We got Shedeur Sanders at the top of the draft. We got Walter Nolan. We got Travian Henderson. We got Jack Betch. We got Quincy Riley. We picked him over Dorian Strong. We got Miles Frazier, who was our only B. Johnny Cornelius, Cody Lindenberg, and R.J. Oben. I think we attacked our needs pretty decently. I think in free agency you'll need to get a backup quarterback. You also need to get another corner because Quincy Riley and Deontay Banks starting week 1 would probably be utter and sheer hell for our defense, and you want it to look at least half competent. Oben will be a guy, I guess, that sits behind. I'll be that developmental guy / special teamer behind Gavon Thibodeau and Brian Burns. Nolan, again, he'll be next to Dexter Lawrence. Shooter Sanders will sit behind the quarterback. Travion Henderson will be paired up with Tyrone Tracy. Jack Betch will probably be number 2, number 3 receiver. Though maybe he'll slide in as a special teamer and a rotational guy at first. Miles Frazier will be in the pipeline. Cornelius will be in the pipeline, maybe to start out at right tackle during the season if Illuminor gets hurt or Thomas gets hurt and Illuminor goes to the left tackle. Cody Lindenberg, he'll be a special teamer. I think he probably beats out Darius Muasau, but it depends how Shane Bowen wants to use him in the defense. So tell me what you guys think of this mock draft. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Like, comment, subscribe. Turn on post notifications so you know when live stream video drops. Appreciate you coming back. Peace out, guys. See you later, and stay cool.